Hey guys, welcome to the Dungeon Master's Journey. My name's Tom and this is my new YouTube channel. Basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be just like a video blog of why I've decided to become the Dungeon Master and how it's going. So rather than other videos where they'll give you tips and advice because they're super experienced and they basically know loads of stuff, you know, that I've watched loads of them that are great. I'm not gonna like name them, but you know, you've probably watched them all if you're watching me. So what I'm gonna do is show it from another side. So basically I'm brand new. I've played role-playing games before. I recently played in a cyberpunk campaign. I've actually ran Dungeon World. I've done a few Star Wars Age of Empire one-shots, but maybe Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. I've played that on Board Game Geek, but I've never actually played Dungeons and Dragons before, and it's something I've always wanted to do. So, you know, looking around, couldn't find a group local. I'm not really into online games. I much prefer playing around the table. So I thought, you know, why not start it myself? So, you know, that's basically, sorry, drinking the coffee. Not very professional, I'll put that down. Yeah. So basically that's what I'm doing. I've decided I'm going to run a campaign. I've got a local club, a local wargaming club, where they've got a role-play table. So I thought, right, put the feelers out, see if anyone wants to play. I had 3 people within 10 minutes. The next 3 people took a couple of days to say that they wanted to play. I said basically I was going to run a one-shot. I came up with this one-shot, and if everyone liked it, I would run a campaign. I think everyone liked it, so I had 6 people say they wanted to play. 1 person decided they weren't going to do it, or they couldn't do it, and they've just, you know, ghosted us online, so I deleted them out of the group. But the 5 people who were on, yeah, it's been going well. So basically what I did was I wrote a very quick story for my one shot. It was based on a 3-act structure. So beginning, middle, end, very simple. Something happens straight away, then something else has to be overcome, and then a definite ending. So what happened was all the players start in a tavern, blah blah blah, but before they can start doing anything random, portal opens up. Some creature with a robe on, you can't really see what it is, jumps out of the portal, grabs a kid, jumps into the portal. Some ghouls jump back out of the portal. Okay, so they have to do a fight with the ghouls. This was to show how combat works, get around the rules, what the different characters do. This was the aim of it. It was like a think of a tutorial in a computer game. That's what I was making, basically a tutorial mission. So they do that, they beat the hero, and then it's like the tavern's getting really icy, all the windows and doors are shut, the barman, Johansson the dwarf with one eye, he's like shivering, he's like hoo, all shivering, he can't do anything, and it's like they can't open the doors and they have to decide, do they jump through the portal or do they try and escape? But now it's a little bit railroady here. So basically they have to jump through the portal to get to the next thing. So they jump through the portal. Is that railroading or is that just following the story? You know, that's open for discussion. You can actually discuss that in the comments. My views on that is I can only prepare so many things, so unless you just want to do random encounters, you have to follow the story, otherwise you'll have to wait till next week when I'm prepared. So they go through the portal, they land on a cliff. The cliff is Arctic tundra. There's nothing around them for miles, but out in front of the sea, a black sea, very cold, massive waves, looks dangerous as hell. There's like 3 platforms, 3 small islands, 15 feet gaps, 5 foot across, and then a 4th island bigger with a tower on. They have to get across that. The characters were pre-gen. I've given them some spells, some abilities. Some can actually make the jumps with the standard builds, some can't. So they have to figure out a way across. What it turns out, there's an invisible beam about 2 inches by 2 inches between the islands. Once they found that, you know, they could just shimmy across, and it was still dangerous. A couple of them nearly fell in. There was a funny moment where the barbarian actually, you know, carried the wizard across, balancing, saved him a few times. The rogue, on the other hand, just, you know, skipped across and didn't really have any issues. So, you know, they got across, they got to this tower, they had another fight with some skeletons, went upstairs, did a boss fight. The boss turned out, he had the boy who was kidnapped was on the table. He was about to plunge a knife in. So, you know, cinematic moments. This is something that's great about role-playing games, is that as the dungeon master, I'm not stuck to any specific timing. So if the players decided they were going to have a long rest over the other side of the tundra, wander around or whatever, it doesn't really matter, because I can have it at that moment they come into that room. That's when he's about to plunge the dagger. You know, I can make that cinematic moment. So, sorry, needed more coffee. It's quite early. So basically, he's about to do that. They fight him, they defeat him, and a couple more of his minions, and then his helmet falls off his head. So I'll have to show you. So there is the helmet, which I drew very quickly. So what happens? The wizard, he's a bit of a carefree, a bit of a chaotic neutral. He picks the helmet up. You know, he's drawn to it. Whoever killed the Ghoul King, like if they failed a wisdom save, they were like kind of drawn to it. But if they passed the wisdom save, they still had an inkling that there was something about it. Puts it on his head. Then he notices, you know, everything gets really cold. The ghouls that they've just defeated start rotting into skeletons. His friends all turn into ghouls. The skin turns green, the fingers elongate, their arms elongate. You know, the faces change, and then he looks at his own hands, and his own hands have turned into ghoul hands, and that's the end. So, the wizard player loved that. The wizard player was like, wow, it's just a circle. You know, now he's cursed, now he has to find a young child to sacrifice to break the curse. The other players pretty happy, apart from what was he playing? The barbarian, yeah. Apart from the barbarian in this instance, it was a bit like, well, you didn't give us a chance to stop him. And I'm like, kind of like, this is the thing. These are the cutscenes, so I've written down like paragraphs of when the players hit the cutscene, I read the cutscene. Would I want to stop that from happening? If he'd have jumped in, great. He could have went, whoa, hold on, stop. I'll try and grab the helmet. Then I would have went, okay, yep. But if the players just sit there and don't speak out, then they don't do anything. But overall, really good. So everyone's decided to play again at the start of my campaign. I'm very happy with that. The rules wise, really easy. I actually got into this as well because I'm playing with my 9-year-old, and she loves making characters. We've been playing a game called Amazing Tales, which is like a really simple kids role-playing game. I was having to make up loads of new rules to like simulate combat and health points and energy and skills and all sorts. Basically, the storytelling aspect's there, but the rest of it's a bit, what can you do? So picked up a handbook, picked up a Dungeon Master's Guide, and away I go. So that was my session 0 basically. So like I say, I want to like go through just my journey. So my next video will probably be about how my session 1 goes, or how I've dealt with, you know, a proper session 0 with you know, people making the characters and coming up with a theme and how I can fit that into my ongoing world and story, and you know how much world building I've been doing, because I've been spending a lot of time on this stuff. You know, I've been like, I wouldn't. I'm normally a miniature painter. I do a lot of miniature painting, and I do some war gaming, and I do some role playing. But since I've got these books about 3 weeks ago, I've done literally nothing in my spare time apart from Dungeons and Dragons, and I'm absolutely loving it. So, right, thank you for watching. I'd appreciate likes and subscribes, but don't feel like you have to. And have a good day.